Jesse and Ermac, have you guys met yet? Jesse, I know we spoke on the phone yesterday, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, hi Jesse. My name is Ermac.
Hey, Ermac.
Thanks for joining this. Capital for business. So yeah, we have another person there. So should we wait for a couple minutes? Oh, someone else is there. Cool.
Yeah, let's give it about 5 minutes. Give everyone a chance to join.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Jesse, you do the web development. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool, man.
Cool.
More on the design side.
That's good. That's an interesting part of it, of web development,
Yeah,
I guess.
the fun part.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you guys based?
We're actually a New York startup, but we all work remotely. Justin is in California. I'm in New York. I'm in Brooklyn. Yeah, so basically.
Whereabouts in Brooklyn?
Park Slope. That's.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I live in Crown Heights.
Nice. That's close. That's close by.
Just on the other side of the park. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, hey everyone. I guess. What should we do, Justin?
Let's give everyone. You guys okay to wait until 5 after? 2 more minutes before we dive in. It looks like we still have some people joining, so we'll wait another 2 minutes, guys, and then we'll get kicked off here. Hey, welcome, Peter. I can unmute you. Unmute.
Hey guys. So hey everyone again. Thanks for joining. We'll try to make it nice.
I invited one person.
Awesome.
I will see if he's joining.
Hey, while we're waiting, does everyone want to go around and Peter, starting with you, just introduce yourself, talk about your experience in this industry and what you'd like to learn today?
Okay, I have experience in online marketing and advertising, lead generation, affiliate marketing. I learned of the MCA industry a few months ago, and I'm looking to, now become a broker and create a, landing page to generate leads for MCA loan and MCA loan products, like the main products from what I understand, like invoice factoring, lines of credit, and traditional MCA loans. So essentially, I'm now, and so who I invited is he's been a broker for 2 years, and he already has a lot of connections with a lot of lenders. So I'm working with him. In addition to, obviously, I'm looking to find other lenders who I could connect with.
I think you're going to need this presentation if you're looking for more lenders. So thanks for joining us, Peter.
Awesome.
Jesse, I know you already kind of introduced yourself, but you want to give the rest of the group an overview?
Yeah, sure. I'm a designer and web developer, kind of interested in similar things to Peter. Definitely interested in building websites for lead generation, and just here to basically information gather and learn more about products. And I'm also just generally interested in startups and technology, and sounds like what you guys are doing is really cool. So I just wanted to learn more about it.
Well, Jesse, welcome, and you'll be excited to see some of our website features that I think you would work very well with. So yeah, thanks for joining.
Awesome.
Who else do we have? Kapit, Daniel, Richard, if you guys want to go ahead, introduce yourselves, and then we'll get started.
Maybe someone are. Maybe they're shy.
No, I'm not shy. I was just waiting to see if Richard was going to go first or not. My name is Daniel Winton with Operating in the Black. We have been in business about 3 years. I've worked in the past for an MCA organization, BFS Capital, so I have a good deal of experience in the industry. The challenge and what really brought me into this meeting today is, once you leave these big organizations and you're trying to establish connections with your bank or lending organizations, the tendency is if you're not putting 15 to 20 files with a particular bank a month, then they're really not going to do a whole lot of business with you, or they have a lot more stipulations that you have to run through to do business with them. So that was the challenge that I was running into. So by coming into an organization like this, my hopes and goals are that you already have established banks and that I can just kind of just submit files there and not go in just as a single person or a single entity, but just really have the ability to kind of use a group setting to get more deals closed.
Perfect. Yeah.
Hi guys, this is Richard here. How's it going? I'm sorry, but I was in the call with the client. I tried to do phone today. I'm sorry for that. That is why I don't mention nothing. How's it going this day, guys?
Good. Thank you for asking.
Okay, excellent. Listen, so I have my own company. I am a syndicate lender. I started with my company like 2 years ago. Before that, I worked for like a broker for a company. The company was for a lending arm. So I think I mentioned one guy, they work for a BFS, right? I think it was Daniel, right?
That is correct. I've worked for BFS,
Okay.
Capital, and Credit Suite.
Excellent. I like a broker in the past. I worked with BFS too. I did so many fun with that company. Now I have my own company right now. And so like that is the name of the company, Rich Lending. So now I have my own company. I begin like a broker, and now I can syndicate deals in my home. I can do between 10 and 20K per customer. But if the merchant looking for more capital, more higher, maybe 80, 50, or 60, I have another partner. But for my company and home, I can do between 20 or 10K. So I am here with you guys, and I think we can do a great team together.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Richard.
Now, for the record, I want to take credit for connecting Richie Lending and Rich Funded.
True.
Yeah, thank you for that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get this kicked off. And just so you guys know, we are recording this. We had some people who have their daughter's graduation today, meetings and other things that unfortunately they couldn't make it. They requested a recorded version. So if anyone's not comfortable with that, please either hide your screen or whatever makes you feel comfortable, because this is going to be sent out to some of our customers. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Sure. So just to kick things off, agenda for today. For those of you who didn't watch the 5-minute intro video, we're just going to go through those slides very quickly one more time. We're going to breeze through them. It's going to touch on the problem, the industry-wide problem, our solution. We're going to touch on who this is for, some case studies, our lender network, and then Ermek's going to give a deep dive of the technology. Him and his team of engineers have been. How long have you been working on this now, Ermek? Nearly.
Oh,
2?
yeah, for nearly 2. Yeah, that is like a year and a half. Yeah, basically.
And my name is Justin. This is Ermek here, and the Rockstar engineers couldn't make it today, but we're gonna show you what this is all about. So
quickly,
again,
who are the founders
Who are the founders
of the company? Yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple of founders. One of them started another company called Thunder Hunt before, and another one actually worked for a company affiliated with Uber in data science. So that's basically the background.
And are you and Justin co-founders?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay.
We're just trying to be shy, but yeah, a little bit humble.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So again, in this demo, what we're really trying to share is, the technology that we've developed to help brokers right? So we started as brokers. We know the industry-wide problem, all the legwork that goes into it, and we really sought to automate that and fix some of the industry-wide problems. Again, our team has a background in finance and fintech, and we really believe that the current system is broken and antiquated. And so we were inspired to fix that, starting with MCA. And so again, we processed billions the past couple years, and it was just a cumbersome process, and we saw some opportunities to fix it. Quick case study. This is a marketplace that we had last year, processed over 2 million in loans. And, you know, we helped small businesses get funding in days, not weeks. Industry-wide problem here. Okay, so very inefficient manual process, lack of a lender network. I know you guys had expressed some concerns with that. And then lenders stealing our leads. This is one that you guys, I hear you laughing. It's been a real pain point. Now, just to touch on each of these, the current process is extremely inefficient, time consuming, involves Gmail, notaries, faxing, emails, back and forth with your customers. Lack of a lender network. Creating that well-diversified network of lenders is very.
You have Ondic there.
Pardon?
Yeah, the situation about Ondic right now is really bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like,
yeah, we'll touch on that actually. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think Daniel mentioned it.
Yeah.
That you don't have 15 to 20 files. The bank won't really work with you. And then this is really interesting. So, Ermek, do you want to touch on this slide? What this screenshot is here?
Yeah, it's actually really interesting scenario. So we actually use some sort of a system that's very similar to what Uber does, which basically masks the phone number, and we can actually see lenders trying to reach out to contacts behind our back. So we can even see recorded conversations if needed.
Very good.
So in this situation, we can see that some lenders are trying to like attempting to call merchants, and that actually happened like yesterday and a couple of days before. We can even see the duration of a call, and if needed, we can see the records of it. So we just built that technology on top of it. I think it was fairly successful, like extremely successful, in fact. And we even had like one big top lender having to fire 19 people because of us. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good thing though, but yeah.
No, that's a very good thing, because I noticed even when I was working for one of the larger organizations, the cannibalism even inside big organizations will do that, as far as even when you have renewals that are coming through. So are you now in some instances, when I first started, I would actually change the customer's phone number to my base number, and I would catch guys doing this, so I know not to do business with them again. What are you utilizing to assist us when we submit files via the internet, that those customers are protected and our customers are protected?
Yeah, exactly. So as you can see in this file, so the phone of that customer. So it's basically very similar to when you call an Uber driver. Who of you actually had to call an Uber driver before? Like for some of you, you probably know that when you call an Uber driver, it's not actually a real number. It's like a fake number.
Right.
That like sends you to that driver. So they do it for the same exact reason. So you do not actually like contact the guy behind their back. So we actually utilize the same technology where the phone of the merchant is actually masked by like some sort of like a fake number that actually redirects to merchant. The phone is off unless the lender's offer is accepted. At the moment when it's accepted, the turns on. So the lender actually can contact the merchant, sign the contracts and everything like that, or contact him if needed. So in other time, it's off. What actually happens is that there are two problems there. First is that, yeah, you can do what you said, Daniel, where you can actually give a wrong number, but you'll have to eventually give your real number, give the real numbers for them to actually do the funding call. In this situation, you don't have to actually provide the real number all up until actual loan being funded.
I have a question. I'm sorry. I have a question. I see this system before because I work with another lender too. And Peter, I don't know if you remember, at some point do you work with the what is the name of this lender?
Bluevine?
No, Phonebox. Yeah, Bluevine too. Phonebox, they have a familiar system like this. So I
I've
don't know
heard
if
of.
you,
I've
yeah,
heard
I
of
don't know
it.
if you remember. I work with them like
Fund
for
Fundbox.
maybe, yeah, Phonebox. I work with them like for 1.5 years or something like that. So when the merchant connect the bank statement with the system, immediately the system they do an offer, and the merchant only have to click in yes, and that's it. It's funded. So now about this system, about between combine the broker to do a lender. So I think Ermac mentioned the lender closed the deal. Is that right, Ermac?
Pardon? No, what I'm trying to say here is that lender actually can contact the guy and
Oh,
to that mask number. And if they even need to actually get the loan funded, they can still call them. So you don't have to provide them with real number up until the funding. Okay.
Just going to
So that's
say
what I meant.
if that works, that is outstanding. I am so excited right now. I can't even stand it.
Yeah, it certainly
mhm.
works. And that's kind of what Ermac's showing here. Is we actually caught a lender backdooring some of our brokers' leads, and Ermac LinkedIn messaged the lender directly and said, we're full aware of what you guys are doing. And they later that day fired 19 people. And so that was like their slap on the wrist. And if we catch them doing it again, we're going to cut them as a lender.
Beautiful.
Okay, so and what we need for let's start about all this.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's awesome. That's an awesome thing.
And then there's another point that you guys touched on about cannibalizing internally. We also have a system to prevent that as well that Ermac will touch on when he does the actual product demo. So again, our solution, I think you guys understand it by now. We're really a one-stop shop. We provide everything you need in one portal. You get access to, how many lenders do we have now, Ermac? 115?
106.
106. Okay, and we're adding more every week. We have automation that does all the heavy lifting. Again, the privacy of the leads, and then there's a machine learning layer. We like to compare it to like having a team of agents from the Matrix working for you, negotiating the best rates. Ermac, do you want to touch on this slide?
Yeah, so just for you to guys kind of understand what we actually are standing at in case of like actual infrastructure product. So today what we do is we started as a marketplace ourselves before, but then we actually decided to move more into an infrastructure product. So basically becoming something like an engine that helps you guys, the brokers, utilize the technology. So what in this case we have is that small businesses, like let's say you are a broker. So instead of actually having to contact the guys, contact lenders directly, what you can do is actually have your small businesses come to you. They apply through you, basically through your website. You're actually functioning like an independent company. And you utilize our engine, and through us, you reach out to lenders, so you find them the best loans, and simultaneously you find the best loan for your small business. We automated every step of this process. So basically, small business gets their own system. Loan brokers get you guys, brokers get your own system. We have our own system, and lenders get their own CRM as well. So the whole vertical integration allowed us to actually make it like super smooth. But this is basically like a high point, like explanation what we do.
Okay, and then so who this is for, I'm sure you guys all fit into one of these buckets, but really for anyone from a professional, like we have accountants and lawyers right now who are adding an additional, say, 10K in revenue per month to their business just by simply, no longer just like referring leads and say making $200 a lead, but actually getting to capitalize on that commission without having to build any lender relationships or do any of the legwork. We handle all of that for them. Ermac, anything you want to touch on these two? Or is it pretty,
yeah, so this is cool example. So yeah, exactly. Like let's look at the adjacent brokers. For example, if someone, this is the like largest pool of customers that we have now is essentially someone, let's say, is a mortgage broker, or let's say they're a payday loan broker, or they do something on the daily basis where they actually work in the lending business. But they used to have customers that would qualify for like this small business loans. And what they did before is they would just refer them to some broker for $200. what we are actually are able to do for them is basically deploy the system within their system, like an addition to their website, and they can make up to like 20 times more than they would make otherwise by just simply referring. For example, they would make a full commission basically themselves instead of actually letting someone else do it, you know. And the third example is, go ahead.
Did you say that's for personal loans as well, or this is only the MCA loan?
No, we do small business loans, but as an example of a customer, someone who is a personal loan broker, they could use us to recycle their customers, you know. And the third example is existing MCA brokers. Like many of you guys are the same. Those guys usually have lots of heavy lifting. They have like lots of pain points, and we actually are able to help them in that situation. We have lots of those customers as well, and maybe Justin can show you some examples here.
May I ask a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Very good, thank you. Now what you were mentioning is you're actually able to add this system to an existing website?
Yes.
Or do we have to have a totally new website?
You'll see right in a second. Actually, Justin is going to show you a couple of examples.
Sure.
We actually found a really good way of actually integrating it into your existing website.
Perfect. I'll wait.
Yeah, sure. So very timely question there. So just a quick case study. This was their first month working with us. Of 171 of their applications, 170 received offers. So we were pretty happy with that metric.
Wow.
Yeah, very exciting. And let's show an example of their website and how that looks. So that was Coral, right, Armek?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here you can see their actual website is coral.io, right? So they're an adjacent broker. They do revenue sharing financing. Now we just connect the subdomain that their customers that can then apply through, right? And then we'll give you another example.
It's like a per capital, something like that.
Yes, actually very interesting. This is an example of Coral Financial is actually why it's good, because they used to be concentrating on very top customers, only 4% approval rate. 96% they would lose. And what we actually were able to do is we would tell them, instead of just like letting them go, recycle them, try to find them some funding elsewhere. And so we build it within their website, as you could see, marketplace.coral.io. So it like completely functions within their system, but they recycle all their files through us, and then they find them some additional loans. And instead of just saying, hey, bye, sorry, we couldn't get you funded, they say, we couldn't get you. Yeah, we couldn't get you funded, but here is something else that could. You know?
Okay, the lenders that you're showing listed here. So when they hit the apply now button, this is what's taking the information from the customer and then submitting it through your system to these organizations here.
Too many of, yeah, including this, yes.
Okay, very good. All right, that's so basically all the reason why I'm asking that question is I spent a lot of money on marketing my website and driving customers there. Didn't want to start a whole brand new website that I would have to market to. So this is pretty amazing.
Yeah, you can do it within your website basically.
Cool. So let's jump into another. So Jesse, for someone like you, this would be an example of an independent. So this was, I think, an accountant. Was that right, Armek? They're an accountant.
KPG. Oh, KPG was now actually it's a marketing company.
Right, they're
a marketing company. They do lead gen for like different startups, but they themselves had lots of startups that would look for financing, and so they help them look for loans as well.
Right. So again, here you see the subdomain KPG. And they just wanted to do it on Richie Lending, but we can connect it to your domain as you saw in the prior example of Coral. But same idea, they can just apply right through here. Ermek's going to do a demo of that next. That looks like for the customer. The big idea here is they're just adding additional revenue, new revenue stream to their business with their existing client base. Then Ermek, why don't you breeze through just high level how it works, then we can jump into the demo.
Sure. I can reclaim let me do that in a second. So yeah, so just to, can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, so let's actually look into what we do on a high level.
I think we lost you there. If you want to
I think we lost there.
Oh, can you see me now? Oh, or not? Let me just share the full screen then. Full desktop.
There we go.
See it? Perfect. Okay, so now as we guys just quickly explained, what we do for you is we basically give you all in one solution. We give you a few things. We basically give you a website. We give you the actual CRM that does like specifically designed for this type of loans, and we also do all the background work, such as negotiating with lenders, such as like doing all the paperwork and all of that stuff. So for you, it basically becomes a very easy process. So you can just concentrate on what you need, is basically getting more leads in and helping them, and basically just doing what you love, selling it. So what you do in that actual situation, basically the high level overview on this is basically you have a website, you send it's your own website, your customers fill out applications there. We, for you, submit them to lenders. You add your own commission, whatever you want. That's basically your like your business. We finalize the paperwork for you, and we also we get paid once you get paid. So that's basically how it works on a high level. Now let's actually look, like the best way of actually doing seeing how it's done is by looking at it. Everyone can actually see it. You guys can go to demo.richilending.com and actually try playing with it, and that's like the best way to just kind of get to know the product if you wish. So let me quickly kind of show how it works for your customer. So this is what's important. This system is built for every step of the process. Small business owner, your customer, gets their own CRM, dashboard. They actually do it themselves. You get your own process. We get our own process, and lenders get their own process. So this is like automated on every step of the process. Now let's actually imagine that we are customers, okay? We are not brokers. We are customers that came to your website to apply for a loan, okay? So they would do it in a very simple process. It's basically one application. They would answer questions, how much you're looking for. Let's say they're looking for this much. This is how much they made last month. Let's say that they're looking for MCA, and this is what their self-claimed FICO score is. Basically, same questions. Like whoever actually worked in this industry, they know that this is exactly what happens. Let's look into this file, and let's just make it demo Richie, just for the sake of us seeing it.
So it's worth noting that this is one application and done. No more filling out multiple applications. They only have to fill out this application once.
Yeah. And even like they can just come back to it like a year later. So you'll have that application always in your system, and you'll be able to attract all customers, and you don't have to like force them to create another application every once in a while.
So the lenders are not requiring them to do wet signatures or any of the other things before they actually obtain the loan?
This is a good question because, well, we actually do electronic signature ourselves, right? So there's a law, how it actually is defined. It's called timestamp, and like basically IP address recorded. That's what DocuSign does. Basically, we're just doing it in-house. That's the difference, okay? Okay,
very good.
And because of like the flow of leads that we have and the flow of customers that we actually send to lenders, we have like some sort of leverage to negotiate with them. And like, let's say most of the application that you probably saw have like 20, 30 questions. We actually were able to cut them down to 9, okay? Because, well, again, we have leverage, and if someone doesn't want to work with us, they're free not to work with us, you know? So let's actually create this account. We're basically imagining ourselves being a client, right? So this is the idea. The idea here is that your client fills out the whole application. You don't have to do much. And let's say he works in construction. 2 things here that are interesting. So this guy completed the application. You guys know that they need to contact or attach bank statements, right? We also do 2 things. We actually allow them to attach bank statements, but we would prefer customer to actually link his bank account. We use the same system that Decision Logic uses. You probably guys know of it, but basically we do it ourselves, so he can link his bank account, and we will be able to pull transactions and do the calculations ourselves, so he doesn't have to actually download statements and upload them. Understood?
The beauty of connecting your bank account is you'll start receiving offers within sometimes an hour or two.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, what if he actually sent you statements? He would have to go to his bank account, download them, send it to you. You would have to review them, like send them. Your banks would have to review them. With linking bank account, it would be done in a minute. Okay, so that's the difference of like technology. And as you could see at this point, he actually gives us permission. So usually all the applications enter this, but let's actually follow up and see how it would look for your customer in their own dashboard. So every customer gets their own portal. Okay, so this is how their portal would look. Let's actually finish it. I think this application was not finished, but let's say this is his application. Oh, federal tax ID, that's why. And I think his social is also missing. That's gonna work. Yeah, it's asking me for his social. We only do soft pulls. This is actually interesting point. Like in the industry, they have lots of hard pulls. We actually allow lenders to do soft pulls only. Okay, that's actually like our policy. Aside from like sometimes we allow lenders to hard pulls if merchant gave us a previous like allowed us to do so. Yeah. So we also, like, you guys know how it works in the industry. They ask for ID, voided check, picture, proof of ownership on all of this stuff. We actually ask those documents beforehand. That way we can actually expedite the process about 20%. So instead of like having the guy run after, he can run while lenders are reviewing the file. Okay, so it just makes it faster. So this would make it enough for us to submit the file. So for you to submit the file, and this file would be sent to lenders. Lenders would review it and upload offers directly to this guy's dashboard. And he can see them here, he can accept them, and contracts will pop up here. It can be a DocuSign contract or an authorized or something, whatever the lender actually prefers, right? So this is how it works for your customer, okay? The idea here was to automate it for your customer and give him some control so he can actually feel it, so he feels like he's actually in control and he does it by himself, okay? And for you, what it means is that you're just doing less work. So any questions so far?
I do. On the offers, typically when you have a client that's getting a $10,000 loan and he's paying back 14, so the interest is going to be 42% interest, they freak out. Is there any way to, before those offers are submitted to the customer, that they come to you first so that you have an opportunity to sell them on that? Or is this just directly, it just goes directly to them?
Very good question. No, it's exactly as works as you just said. So offers actually come to your dashboard first, like the broker's dashboard, and
Okay.
you actually add your commission, whatever you want, and
Okay.
you are actually allowed to show it to your merchant. So it's basically your customer, okay? And
Right.
Our job was to make your process as seamless as possible, but that's what you're able to do. So you are giving them only offers that you want them to see, or you add your commission and basically make it your sales point, okay?
Perfect.
We're not getting involved in that.
Okay.
So any other questions so far? So this is how it looked for your customer.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
so
that's pretty good.
I guess we'll move to the next part of it. So now let's actually imagine that now you're a broker, okay? So we are logging to it as a broker. So this part of it looks similar, just for your demonstration purposes. But this part, what makes it different. So this is what the actual CRM or application management tool, that's what correct, I guess, for this situation. So this is how it looks for you, the broker, okay? And let's look a couple of things here. So this is what makes it interesting. This is how it looks for broker. Most of your job, actually before that, let's look at this file. You see this file, Richie demo.richie.ai. It's the file that we just submitted with you guys. So you can see that it's in the system. You can see that it's new. It just came in. And you are able to basically analyze it. So what happens is that most of your job, like 90% of your job, will end up being helping customers to finish their application, because they come, they start, they procrastinate about it, or they don't know, they just get like scared or something of that nature, and they'll abandon the process. That's what 90% of work of a broker is. And so that's what you actually will end up doing, just basically helping them to finish an application. And for that, we try to make that process as seamless as possible for you, as simple as possible for you, and not give your customer any room to actually escape from that process. So you actually will be on top of it. You will be helping them no matter what. So we have three ways. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You have. I'll wait.
Yeah.
You have 3 ways.
Yeah, you have 3 ways of actually getting your customer to complete the application. So the first one is by inviting them to create a dashboard, the one that we just saw previously. So he can actually have his dashboard and fill out the application. Let's say the customer doesn't want to do it. You can actually help them. You can send them an email that will have just a link for them to complete the application without creating a user for account or for himself. And you can also call him, like in an old school way, call him and actually fill it out yourself and edit it yourself.
I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question. So the system is great, but I have a question. When, for example, I have the merchant here, Rafael Tavares, is for Tires War. So I did funded for that deal like 50K. So I funded the deal. I have that deal today for the funded. So the term about that deal, it was for 12 months. So what happened with the merchant complete the 50% is ready to renew, right? So the deal is ready to renew. So this system, we can renew all deals we have in this system. That is the question number 1, if we can renew the deals I funded in this system. And the question number 2 is what happened with the merchant? I funded for my merchant 1st position. And what happened with the merchant looking for 2nd or 3rd position or 4th position? The same merchant I funded today.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So you can do all of that. First, like, let me answer the first question. So how does it work with renewals? Obviously, renewals are your renewals, and you get full, like, whatever industry standard for that. So you can basically just like lenders will send you the money as it should be. So basically, that's your customer, right? And if your customer is renewing, they're paying you for that. Like, yeah, obviously. And the question number 2 is, let's say the customer came in 1st time and you want to get him 2nd position or 3rd position. Well, this system would make it actually better for that. Why? Because then you already have the application, and all you need to do is basically just resubmit it for 2nd position. So it's even makes it easier, like it just makes you like click of a button. With a click of a button, you actually can send him to the 2nd and 3rd position customers. And I'll show you in a second how it's actually done.
And we can see how they do the payment. We can see what is the percent about the balance. We can see how the time when it's ready for the renewal or the time for it's ready to cancel.
No, that's a good question. Well, because this is not that information doesn't come from us. It comes from your lender, or it comes from your lender. That's why we actually don't keep track of like balances, but we do keep track of loan history. So you actually can see his loans history. So you can see, okay, this guy, you can see the submissions, and you can also see his loan history here. So you can see that, okay, that this guy was funded on that day. So he's like, let's say 6 months through it or something. Okay. Does it make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So let's say the file is actually ready for submission. So what happens at that situation? So as I said, all you need to do is actually, there are 2 processes here. You can do it manually or you can do it automatically. But you can do it manually, but you basically just put it status to 50, and it will actually analyze your application. And if it's ready for submission, it will just go ahead and send this file to our system. It will send out this file to our system, and that AI or machine learning algorithm will actually forward it to lenders. Okay, so that's what happens. It will just analyze it, find the best lenders for this guy, who he qualifies for, and stuff like that, and it will send the file to them, basically automatically. Okay, so you don't have to do anything at this situation. You will only be able to see here that, okay, submissions are done here, 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 and there. What's interesting here, we wanted to make sure that you don't feel unsafe about providing us with information for this customer, right? So what happens is that we don't actually get to see this data. We only see what's called metadata. This is what the next question actually was. Can Richie see my leads? No, Richie cannot see your leads. Richie can only see the name and the email, and everything else comes as check marks. Done, complete, 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 and that's it, okay? So that way, we only see high-level data to be able to assist you with the application, but we are not able to actually read through it or actually go through it, okay?
So you're saying that we own this portion of the back end?
Yeah, this is yours, absolutely, 100%. This is even on your separate website. It's like, it's not linked to Richie Lending in any case, okay? This is your owned portal, okay?
So this CRM, this portion of the CRM, and the reason why I'm asking this question is, I guess, is the elephant in the room, is that, yeah, I give over a period of years, let's say 600 leads or 800 leads or whatever. Is there any way that we could lose that data?
No, but this is your CRM. We don't get to see it, okay? We have our own CRM and it looks completely different from this one. And it only has the check marks and that's it.
Is this CRM hosted on our website? I mean, like, for instance, if I use a Bluehost or a DirectNick or something like this, this particular CRM is on our, it's in the back end of our website on our database. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not in your database. It's in our database, but it's actually being stored within your, like how it works. They have different applications. For each of you is a separate application. It's a separate website. So you have that data being stored in your website, not in our website, okay? It's not in our database. It's being stored in your database of your website that's being hosted on Heroku, but that's basically your website, okay?
Okay.
Like it's like yours.
And I can accept that. That's fine. But my question is there any way that we could ever lose that access to our CRM? Is there any way that your organization at some point in time can say, you know what, we no longer want to do business with operating in the black, and therefore you don't have access to the CRM that we developed for you?
I mean, we actually have a very thorough contract, so you can read it. We never would do it like without just like notice. So you'll have at least time. And if there are reasons for that, well, I cannot say you never, that's for sure. And why? Because, well, let's say you are engaging in like some money laundering, obvious reason, right? So that's a different question. Or because for us, the biggest concern is also the privacy of that, like a actual protection of that small business owner as well, right? So there might be instances where we actually have to shut you down, but those would be come from the legal services for something bigger than just like having an argument, you know? Like let's say money laundering, you know, or something of that big stuff.
Yeah, but we
other than that,
prior, right? We would touch on that from day one before we start working with you, right? Like that would never become an issue down the road unless, like Armek said, there was like illegal activity going on.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a quick question. Could you back up that data? Could we back up and store the data in the CRM?
Actually, you can just go here, accounts, and I think you can just download them in CSV. And yeah, of course, you can download them to CSV.
That was the concern of losing the data.
Oh, like just completely being like, oh, you worked with us for a year. Thank you so much. Bye. No,
I was using an auto dialer and I had put like 10,000 leads into the system. And then I no longer decided, no longer wanted to pay $149 for their service, but I still have 10,000 leads on their system of now which they can sell and market to other people. So that was my primary area of concern.
Okay. So we actually, like, if you'll read our contracts, we have zero solicitation policy, so we'd never solicit your customers, and that's important for us. Like we actually have a idea here of like what we call gross to sales. Basically, we're trying to grow because you guys grow. Okay.
All right. Very good.
So yeah, we're trying to become like Shopify. So next question.
Go.
Can Richie see how do you get paid? This is interesting. So all the offers, as that the question that actually popped up previously. this is what happens. So when the offer actually comes back from lender, it looks somewhat like this. Who knows the industry? This is how it works. Let's say this offer is 100K and there is a buy rate on it 121. This is the one that you see, but your client doesn't see the buy rate. You're able to add on top your commission, whatever you want, or whatever lender you allows you, depending on the lender. Some lenders are strict, but in this case, this guy added 4,000 commission. So basically that's your commission, and your client will only see the client rate. Okay. They will not see the rate that are internal. Okay. This is internal stuff. And so in this situation, this guy has 4,000 commission, basically works the same way yet you would work elsewhere by yourself. It's just kind of like made it like in an easier kind of UX for you. Okay. And you'll see all the offers. You might see 20 of them, 5 of them, 6 of them. You might see 1, you might see 0, but then you will be able to add commission, and that's what you actually make. Okay. Very important question here. How we go around clawbacks. Well, everyone knows that if the merchant actually defaults within a month, the lender is not sending you money, or they're what's called claw back the money. Initially, when you just join the platform, we hold the first portion of the money for 2 weeks, and the second portion we hold it for a month. Why we do that? Because in case of the guy defaulting and lender clawing back, having to claw back the commission, we cannot be going after you and writing you and looking for you if you're a new ISO. Okay, there's a high possibility that's not going to happen, and that's why we hold the portion. Over time, we start disbursing money as soon as it arrives, basically.
All right.
And we are developing a system where we'll issue like a debit card for you or something, so you can have access to it right away. Okay,
Perfect.
so it doesn't have to go through ACH.
Perfect.
What else? And this is interesting for teams of multiple people. We actually have roles, and we have 3 roles. You have super admin, admin, and agent. So what it allows you to do is basically you can have a multiple team or team of multiple people, of each of them having different levels of permissions. Salespeople will only be able to see their files, and they can only see like the files that they're working on. Super admins will see everything, and admins will see everything except for personal information such as social security number and federal tax ID. Okay.
Okay.
So it's just basically a way for you to manage your team in this environment of coronavirus and everyone having to work distantly. Yeah, so we have multiple partners, as you guys know. Yeah, we work with different teams, and but that's basically what I wanted to show you as a demo. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer here, and then maybe Justin will jump to the pricing.
Okay. Last question was,
Sure.
when you have employees, are they going to be able to see that this is a website provided by your organization, or is it just going to be basically like white pages, and it's going to be just they'll just see my logo, my name?
Very good question. We actually have both, and we don't care. We allow you to do both. So some teams actually, some companies want to associate, like they actually see a value in association, especially like independent ones. They see that, okay, so when it says powered by Richie Lending, it's good. Some companies, especially if they're ISOs, existing ISOs, they don't want to be like associated, so we can remove it. For us, we don't have an ego problem, like you can remove it. So if you like that's no problem. So we usually go by what you guys want. Okay.
Perfect.
Any questions?
Yeah. Any other questions?
How about if I have 3 different websites, I get traffic for business loans.
Ooh, good one.
Can I have a different form on each website? 3 forms all coming into the same data into my same CRM.
Yeah. Technically, you can have multiple domains. That's not a problem. We can actually get it done for you. There's even better thing that I didn't cover here. And this is like, since you actually work in analytics, this is marketing. This would be interesting for you. So we actually track both.
I saw that. Okay.
Yeah, we we track it. So like, let's say Google, when Google does it for you, or like, let's say when you use Facebook, what they have is, the problem with them is that they will only show you up to the front. of the page, but we actually wanted to analyze all the way up to the funding. Okay, so you can see which ad actually resulted in most funding versus which ad resulted in most clicks, you know, or most submissions.
You're hired.
Peter. Yeah, great question, Peter.
You're hired. Okay.
Yeah, and also for this form, let's say if you have multiple blogs or different forms, you can see which form it's coming from. So it works pretty well. So we can see that this one actually came from the landing page, from the front of the page. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Cool. I guess then what should we jump to?
Yeah, let's jump to pricing.
Cool. So yeah, this is interesting. How much does it cost? We actually have two models. We do a sales. I mean, we do subscription. Plus, we take a little bit of the commission that you make. So that's basically our idea. Why we do that? So we have direct interest in you making money. Okay. So and we grow from your growth. So today we actually have 3 plans. We do independent, pro, and enterprise. Most popular is pro, and which includes custom domain. It actually SEO web optimized for particular your page. Has blogging functionality if you want. It also has such things as like team, like different teams and stuff like that. It actually $199 per month, and we take a little bit from your commission. Same thing, independent is those are the companies that are within our like let's say the accountant or something of that nature, and they get basically they pay a subscription fee, and we charge a little bit more per loan basis, but it's basically 1%, and that's pretty much it. And we have big companies like enterprise, especially if they have their own lender network and they don't want to work with our lender network, or they actually yeah, so like that's the primary reason usually, or they need something very custom like API, or they need something like we have a big ISO payment processor that actually uses us. So something like that, it's like that those customers get enterprise plan, and we usually like negotiate for or like review their file on case by case status. For example, they don't want to utilize our lender network, they use their own lender network for those kind of customers. Okay. So that was pretty much what we wanted to cover today, I guess, right, Justin?
Yeah, and we have 2 bonus
Awesome.
exclusive offers just for you guys. Ermic, did we agree on 50% off?
Yeah.
And then access to the community Slack group. So if you're new to MCA or you're new to this, we have a support group. They're starting to get more and more active, especially now that we're onboarding a lot more members. So if this is new to you, it's a great channel to learn and share resources. So again, 50% off of the monthly fee, to clarify, and then access to the Slack group. So that's our exclusive offer for you guys today.
Okay.
So it'll be $50 today to sign up for the independent plan?
Yeah.
And that would include, I know it wouldn't have a custom website, but will you give me some sort of, it'll just be the form where I can attach, you know, I have a domain name, for example. If I buy the basic package today, and I were to connect that to the domain name that I have, would I need to build a website, like a home page or a landing page, or do you guys have one already?
Yeah, we would usually deploy it within our landing page, or I mean within Richie, so we can do it something like KPG. KPG has independent. This is an independent plan. They get their own customization, everything pretty much. The color scheme and all this logos and all that stuff is customizable. What's like not customizable is like a very heavy kind of like design changes. Okay.
Okay.
As for the domain though, no, custom domain is actually part of a pro plan, but we can discuss that, I guess, after. We can probably work something out. I need to speak to the CTO of ours, but
that would be great. I would definitely sign up.
Okay.
today.
My question is now on the $99 month program, you said you charge 1% commission as far as your fee is concerned?
Yes. So basically per funded loan. Okay. So let's say you
Okay.
fund a loan of 100 grand, we would take, like, your commission is 10,000, we would take 1,000 of it.
Okay.
And in the pro plan,
that's actually 10%. So I just want to
no,
make
it's
sure.
one. Oh, 10% of your commission. Is that what you mean? Well, yeah, we mean a total loan value, 1% of the total loan value. I apologize.
Okay.
And in the pro, we actually do 50 basis points, which is 0.5% of the total loan value. Okay. Which
Okay.
basically makes it, like, let's say, it's a 100K loan and your commission is 8,000 on it. We would take
Right.
1,000. Oh, I mean, in this situation, we would take $500.
$500. And in the other situation, it would be 1,000. Okay.
Yes.
And you can vacillate between these two programs, the pro and the independent, or
Absolutely.
is that one? Okay. And what is other than the commission? I see there's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week customer service on the pro.
Yeah.
What is the biggest benefit going with the pro versus going with the independent?
Custom domain, custom styling. So especially if you have like a website, like for example, you're an established company, you have your own
Correct.
website, and
Correct.
you want it within your website, being deployed like a portal within your website. Okay, right. with the styling that matches absolutely your website, and it has, like, so nobody, like, when they just jump into the website, they will not even realize that it's actually built by a third party. Okay. So that's pro. Like, for example, Coral, as you.
Okay. So what would the difference look like on the independent on my website versus getting the pro?
Okay, independent, we would only customize, as I said, logo and the color scheme, and that would be pretty much it. But like, for example, let me actually show you a couple of examples. Let's say land dot is it like this?
I would definitely say, based on what you had mentioned, the fact that you have your website already established, you would want that. The example you gave was on the second website, you're pretty much using the same colors and same themes to kind of blend in your platform into the website, which I will definitely eventually, as soon as I build out my own style and platform website, then I'll upgrade to that as well. And maybe you guys can help me to finish up and tighten up the design work on that.
Yeah, like for example, this is an example, right? It's like you know, I agree 100%. Like, this best way is to start with small thing. You fund the loan, you will see the benefit of it, and then you can upgrade it. Like this company, for example, Easy Monetary, right? Like, this is the website we actually customized for them. Okay, it's just like, it looks like it very similarly. Yes, it looks flashy, but that's what their website, like original website, looks like. Okay. But so we actually went outside of like our own comfort zone, let's put it that way, to make it suitable to their system, like to their style. And we do that all on the like all the time, basically trying to like make it suitable to your system, so it kind of looks very much like your website, and it has nothing to do with us, you know. Only the one thing that like, this is the absolute minimum that we will need, is the information on the bottom that says that brokerage services provided by us. Why we need that? Because they're giving us permission to send their file. Otherwise, that would be kind of like we would have some legal issues there. Okay, you know what I mean, right?
You mean in the footer, right? In the footer, you have to put.
Yeah, brokerage services provided by Richie Lending. That's just kind of a legal thing. Otherwise, your customers could potentially claim that they didn't give us permission to send their file anywhere. Okay.
Most people don't read the fine print anyway.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for us it doesn't matter, but it's just a law. So that's what our account. Wow, my computer. Oh, I see why. My bad.
Yeah, so guys, whoever's interested, follow up with me via email. emailed all of you prior to this call, and just let us know if you're interested, and we'll send you the onboarding.
Okay, very good. I
Okay.
have some additional questions I'd like to ask you, Justin, but
Sure.
this is obviously not the right platform for that, and I don't want to take up everyone else's time, and I do have another call that I have to make. But I'm really interested. This is definitely good. I just need to ask them some very specific questions, and
Absolutely.
I think I'm ready to move forward, just like Peter was saying.
We're excited to have you guys on board and grow the community.
Thank you so much. You all have a great rest of your day.
Alrighty, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, so if anyone has any more questions, we're happy to answer.
I think we are fine. I like the system. It's great. It's great. So I have to move on here because I want to do Fonde today.
Yes.
So
No,
you know what
absolutely. So we're leaving. Yeah, just letting everyone go. If anyone has
but
more questions.
I don't have your email, guys. Hold on.
Oh,
If you want to drop your email in the comments, I'll send a personal follow-up with you.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you, guys.
perfect.
Thank you so much. You guys
Cool.
have a great
Yep.
day.
Thank you so much, guys. So yeah, bye everyone. Bye.
Any other
Keep up the good work.
questions? Thank you,
Thank
Peter.
you.
Thank you. Okay.
So did you get? Oh,
Richard Capit, any more questions? Peter, Richard.
You are going to send me you're going to write the email or?
Yes,
Oh,
sir. Do you want to
yes.
type your email into the comments?
No, we can send him direct. Richard. Okay, so I'll send him your email.
Hey, yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, like you guys, I have a couple of partners. So, like, I am in the industry like a broker. I have another friends that are brokers too. So, my question is, if you have friends or partners with another countries, for example, I don't know, Argentina, España, Mexico. So if they want open operation and work like me for the fund, the brokers, they have the opportunity for work with you.
Oh, this is a good question.
For example, I have a friends in Costa Rica, and they want to open a new operation like a new lender or something like that, like a new broker. So they have the opportunity for work with you guys.
Good question. Actually, we are still waiting for the legal department to answer that question. As of now, it's no, because of legal questions, because of the Patriot Act. But that's has puts very harsh requirements on us. But we are still waiting for the legal department to answer that question, and we will be able to follow up on that.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, my friend. We're in contact. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Yo, Justin.